Let's talk about Episode 2, Depression. Being depressed isn't something that anyone chooses or something that can be solved just by thinking positively, as nice as that would be. The reality is that you can be a positive person but be consumed by mental illness. You can be seemingly fine on the surface but may have to spend hours and hours trying to work up the courage to face another human, even if it's just going to the corner shop or a post office. Sophie, time to change.org.uk. Depression is not easy to diagnose. Most people is misunderstanding worse mood with depression, but it doesn't mean that you should ignore this. As long as depression doesn't mean sadness, both of them shouldn't be neglected. You never know if it's not first sign of depression or just a bad day. Being aware is a good thing. We can still meet an opinion that depression is not an illness. American Psychiatric Association describes depression as a serious mental illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. The article from The Guardian says that even we have more treatments for depression, the issue is increasing every year. They are bringing up the thesis that medications are not necessarily a cure and are not used that often, which is true. Therapy is more expensive and requires more time and work for the patient, which is making medicines much more attractive nowadays in busy, fast-developing environment. Depression is a mental illness and it's in your brain. Medicines can support the therapy or either hide the issue for a while, but they will not fully cure the depression by just themselves. Taking constantly can be addictive as well. Knowing there is a different kind of addictions, you can be addicted from process, behaviour, or physically addicted to many others. The article on the website Psychology Today, it's why so many teens have become depressed, said the growing number of depressed teenagers can be caused by fast-developing technologies such as smartphones, and coming with it social media. People are social beings, so they need connection with other people. They exchange it for virtual connections. The article says that this is a phenomenon which is correlating, not causing each other, but the fact that it's people who are spending more time with their devices are less happy. Depression also becomes a trend in the internet, which downgrades a bit of people's perception about this illness, which leads to the conclusion that depression is just to seek for attention. Maybe it is, maybe not. But it's important to ask ourselves, don't we feel lonely sometimes? Don't we need this sometimes? How would the healthy people be feeling constant fear, sadness and loneliness without the power to fight it? Right, it sounds like not just a bad day now. Depression can be caused by personal experiences, stress, pressure and much more. It should not be avoided or ignored, treated like part of growing up, because the worst results of untreated depression can lead to death. What do you think? Do you have any experience? If you're looking for help, feel free to read the descriptions and click the link for the support line.